That was awesome.
That was close.
That was good.
That was close. We took it down to the wire.
You were busy doing stuff.
The Wire.
Right as it went live.
The
Yay.
Wire. I've heard that The Wire on HBO is one of the best shows ever.
We still haven't watched it though.
I've not watched it.
There are no champagne antics tonight, but I am drinking a Prosecco, which is kind of like champagne.
The champagne. We should show that. We'll show that clip later tonight too.
Will we?
We could. Odds. I think so. Hey, good everyone. Evening. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the Kate and Colby show. On the show tonight, we have a couple things that we're going to do. First, we're going to check in with you because we do this every week. This is our way of...
With the surprise awkward question. Who knows what it is tonight?
It's not always awkward. It was awkward maybe once. And then I feel like maybe it was awkward more than once. But anyway, yes, we're going to ask you a question here in a minute, invite you to respond and interact with.
That says the shift turns 1.
That is not correct. That is last week.
That was last week.
This is...
I know you love your list of things we're doing, so that's painful for you.
It is painful for me. Whose team, because this is, whose team are you on? This is one of the people's favorites, and we're doing it tonight. There it is. Whose team are you on?
It's my favorite because I win every time.
I have lost every time. I'm relying on you, people, to help me not lose again tonight.
And tonight's topic is going to get you some points.
And then who's our special guest tonight? Darling?
Yay! Our aunts.
Our aunts.
Our favorite ones.
Our favorite. As it turns out, our favorite aunts. I'm curious to ask them how they pronounce it.
Oh, that's a good question. Yeah.
Aunts or aunts.
True.
Aunts or aunts. Anyways, that is tonight on the Kate and Colby Show. Do us a favor if you're watching this on the Facebooks and hit that share button just to help the algorithm, help Mark Zuckerberg when he's at home. Just be like, oh, that show, I should put that up there. Help Mark help us.
I don't think that's what we're trying to do.
You don't think Mark does all that?
No. Where's your button?
Where's the button?
You got to learn how to push. You know how you push buttons on me?
That's
Learn
true.
How to push buttons
Where
on
is
you.
it? I don't know if there's a button for this one. Anyway, I'll just do this. Welcome to the Kate and Colby Show. I still trying to share it. As we've talked about earlier, sharing is hard. It's caring. It's a lot of work to care.
I shared it for the first time tonight because that's how much work
I'm
it
really
is
proud
to
of
go
you.
through and share.
I think I copied
what's happening?
my inbox. Mail really wants to show me what's going on. Goodbye, mail. Create post, paste link.
Oh, that's how you
continue.
do it?
That's how I did it tonight.
Differently.
Oh no.
Either way, it's a lot of work. We have weird. When I looked at my phone.
Is something happening?
Because she retyped it. Okay, anyway. We have amazing guests tonight.
Yes, we do. I'm very excited. We see their little face down in our waiting room, green room, and they're beautiful and adorable, and we'll get to them in a minute. But
first, we have... Well, how are you, actually? I should check in. It's been a day, huh?
It's been a day.
I feel like Colby and I have been just racing all day, so
we started the day funly. Yeah.
Very funly. Yeah, we went to the aquarium for the first time since shutdown. So they've got it so you can make your appointment, so you're like basically the only one there. So it was lovely.
It was really nice.
Yeah.
Took our 2 youngest kids. Saw some
something to
jellyfish.
Do that was out of the house.
Petted some sharks.
It felt weird. We petted sharks.
You petted sharks. I don't pet sharks.
Yeah. I want to hug the sharks.
You
Hi, Joel.
Who wants to hug sharks? Yeah. So my day's been good. I then had a wonderful afternoon conversation with a friend that I hadn't talked to in a while. Brandon J. Robertson joined my afternoon live show. Wednesday is just the day that Colby's on the internet too much. So that was super fun to catch up with him.
Oh, the president is wrapping up, Karen says. I'm relying on FB captions while I listen to the president. I knew that was happening, and then I forgot it was happening.
What is the president wrapping up?
Hi, Bethany.
Hold on. What's the president?
We've missed you. Just talking.
Hi, Beth. Just okay. Karen just watches the president talk on Wednesdays?
Yes. That's what's happening.
Second dose of COVID.
Hi, Melissa.
Second dose of Colby. Wait. Logan, what are you saying?
He said his second dose of you today, and then he was being a Martin and being funny and said, oh, just kidding, I said it wrong.
Oh, I like that. Thanks for your funness. Yeah, today's good. Today's really good. Today's really good.
Nice. I spent the entire day after the aquarium out in the sun pulling weeds, and I'm so tired.
Yeah.
But it felt so good. And I have no skin left on my hands from all the... We have the crabgrass, devil's grass. Maybe it's both. There seems to be two kinds of evil grass in our front planter, and I've tried clearing it out so many times, and this was like my, 20th attempt at getting that shit out of there so that I can actually have a garden. We'll see if it worked this time. But if anybody has tips for getting rid of evil grass tips, let me know.
Okay. Friends, we got a question for you. Ready?
What you got for us?
Bring out your bass.
You know I'm so good at playing. Usually turns into a ukulele or some other bizarre.
Question for tonight is on brand. Tell us about your favorite aunt or uncle and why. Okay, so reach all the way back into the recesses of your childhood memories. And you don't have to name names in the event your other aunts and uncles are watching. But I just kind of want to know, like, when you think about growing up as a kid, did you have...
It's not like your family's ever going to go back and watch the Kate and Colby show. You can name names.
My family might.
Your family's all here right now. They're commenting. But Logan liked my "he's being a Martin" comment.
Even if you don't name names, which is fine, tell us why your favorite was their favorite. What was it about growing up?
Okay, but Stephanie has plans for me and my evil weeds, and I'm very excited. Thank you, Steph.
That's cool. Send you a link. The one spray I swear by
a lot of them do
the
claim that. Thank you.
Not your plants. That's fun.
Appreciate you. Karen says, "Ooh, Uncle Scott."
And he was my youth pastor, and that worked out.
No, there's no way that worked out. That has fun stories behind it.
I had a
Aunt Lily.
I had a favorite aunt and uncle who lived several cities over from us as a kid, and they would drive. They drove. Remember the Geo Metro? Those tiny remember tiny Geo Metros? Mm-hmm. Okay, so they drove Geo Metro, and they would drive over to Albany, which is the town we grew up in, and hang out with us. And then me and my two brothers would climb into the back seat of their Geo Metro that my aunt was driving with my other three cousins. Somehow, at any given moment, there was a full-grown adult and like 6 cousins crammed into a Geo Metro to make the drive from Albany to Amity, which was like an hour drive or so.
Oregon.
But that was fun, man. Like driving, cramming into those Geo Metros to go stay the night at my aunt and uncle's house in Amity. Frozen pizzas. We always had frozen pizza. Like, that's my memory. We didn't have really frozen. Were you buckled? I can't imagine we were buckled. I mean,
remember when we were kids and we would squish like 3 kids into one buckle and we thought that was safe?
Yes. And it was relative to those who came before us. Safety is relative.
Aunt Katrina.
Did you have favorites, aunt or uncle? Again, you don't have to name names, but
it's really awkward.
Yeah.
My favorite uncle officiated our wedding. So I'll just say that. That's all I'll say.
Oh, yeah.
I could listen to my favorite uncle talk.
I say, oh, yeah, as I forgot. I didn't forget who officiated our wedding. I was just tuning back in. I was reading comments and then tuning back into the conversation. Tell us more.
But no favorites. I have great aunts and uncles. They're all funny and young. And my mom was the oldest, and then there was like a huge age gap. So her 2 youngest siblings are just barely older than I am. And so I've always felt closer to them just because stage of life, we've had kids together. My 2 of my aunts and we all 3 were pregnant when I was pregnant with Ezekiel. My Aunt Robin was pregnant with Mabel, and my Aunt Angie was pregnant with Maddie. And so that was fun to be pregnant at the same time as 2 of my aunts.
Yeah.
My cousins and my son are all same age. Within 2-week period, 3-week period. Very short amount of time.
Stephanie, I just want to say I see your comment, and I'm going to put it up here because I am nearly identical. Aunts and uncles you had great childhood memories don't really have in your life anymore. That is the same. The ones that I mentioned, like my faith shifting caused that to just not really be a
Rift.
relation. Yeah, not really like. There's politeness there, and there's kindness occasionally, like when we are our IRL. But yeah, it's sad how changing of religious ideas can cause relational rupture within family systems. Like,
Yeah, feel you.
yeah,
Really, really feel you.
yeah.
What segment are we
So,
doing next?
well, I was just gonna say maybe now we can all get new.
Well, now we
favorite
have
ants.
favorite
We
ants.
can- we
I'm very
can- we
excited
can-
about this.
We can get them tonight if you don't have them
Yay.
already tonight.
Yes, actually, let's piggyback on the whole sadness around losing relatives because, woo, I cannot speak highly enough of chosen family. Like,
Yeah.
I think all of the people that I feel the most, like, especially those kind of roles, kind of the older mentorship roles, people I'm closest to and feel that way about are all not actual blood family. It's beautiful.
That's cool.
What segment are we doing next? Because if it's
We're gonna transition out of this.
oh, you and your y'all, we have to have a button for everything.
We don't
have
have
to
to.
go out of the scene and then
But
in
it-
the scene and then out of the scene and then in the scene.
It just provides a nice clean slate so that you're not moving abruptly from one to another. Am I the only one who likes this? All right,
You're
here we go.
beautiful.
We're going to do Whose Team Are You On? And I have lost all 3 times that we've played this tonight. I'm hoping tonight is the night. And one of... Nice. And one of the questions tonight, we didn't get the right... We didn't update it yet, so we're going to update it on the fly.
What? I have no idea.
I
about
texted
any
you
of
what
this.
your answer
I
was.
texted you back.
And that's what I didn't get put in there. I didn't see your response.
text
Okay,
it.
anyway, here we go. Whose team are you on?
He's talking to Congress.
All right, here we
okay.
go. The category tonight is On the Road.
There might be too many people watching the president to have actual teams, but we'll see.
That's all right. They might, I think he's almost done, right? They'll come find
No
us.
idea.
Or they won't.
Karen's here, so yeah, probably.
Okay.
Done talking. Karen, I'm so happy. I'm
Tonight's
here.
category is On the Road.
Are you happy you're here so that you can help Colby have one more
The
vote
way-
because y'all are the same person?
The way this game works is, as you see on the screen, there are 5 stars. Those 5 stars will eventually be awarded to one of us, according to your votes. The category is On the Road, so it has to do with driving and being in the car.
Y'all weird dorks.
And we're going to put a question on the screen. And this is a way in which Kate and I are different. Because if you don't know much about Kate and I, you should know that we are 2 very different people. In a lot of ways. And so we thought we would make games out of how different we are. And it turns out all
And
3
let
times we
me
played
win.
this so far, Kate has gotten the majority of the stars.
It
Team
kind
Kate-
of hurts my little Enneagram 4 heart. Everybody's the same as me, and you're so unique that nobody votes with
That's
you.
really funny.
Just
Okay.
kidding.
So let's get into this. Here we go. Question number 1. Again, just sound off in the comments whose team you are on so that we can start awarding stars. First question is about the radio. When it comes to the radio,
I
this
want to
is
know
like,
what you think I do with the radio in the car.
are you more,
just
the
no
radio's
radio.
like a fun game. I love changing dials and stations and trying to find good songs on the station. Whereas for Kate, the radio is the worst thing in the world. I think you said that the other day. We're driving and like,
Yes.
when we not listen to the radio, it is the worst thing in the world.
Well, I just said, yeah.
So what's your...
I just would rather there be silence. I would rather sit and enjoy the silence. Ben, I'm here to counteract Karen's vote.
Is it because you don't like the ads?
But probably
the
not on this, though,
in-betweens?
Ben. You
Is it
probably
'cause
love the radio.
Don't know what to expect. You don't.
It
like,
sounds terrible, which
Okay.
I would think you'd be with me on that. The quality is awful. Yeah, I don't know what to expect. I didn't choose it. Team choice. I like to sit in my car before I go anywhere. And even like if I'm out and I stop somewhere, the next stop I make, I sit and I spend a whole bunch of time curating what are the songs I'm going to be listening to as I get from point A to point B. And that makes me feel very good inside, especially because driving makes me feel very bad inside. So having a little bit of control over the music
Okay.
helps.
All right. Well, we got some votes
Ben
coming
is
in.
on my
time,
team.
time to start.
Yes.
Time to start counting.
And Karen is on your. Well,
all right.
of course.
Here we go. I've got Karen. you've got Bill. I think Team Silence is you. Love the radio, but not channel surfing. I think I'll take Irma Jean. I think if you love the radio, then that counts for me. You have Ben. Are you counting?
No.
Okay. It's 2-2.
I think everybody's on your team.
Team Kate when others are in the car, and
Melanie.
Team Colby if I'm alone. Susan, that's confusing. You have to choose. This is whose team are you on, Kate or Colby? There's no and, even though it's in the name of our show.
Well, no, it would be Team You because she likes the radio. That's Team You. I just would never listen to the radio ever, so she's Team You. Yeah.
I get Kelsey. Love the morning shows. Melanie, Team Colby, good. I prefer putting on my own music collection.
You even get Stephanie,
Radio's
even with all of her nuance. You get yeah, you're going to win this one.
Well, it's 4-4 right now.
Where are any Team Kates? I don't see any Team Kates.
You missed them?
Yeah.
Bill Pitts.
Oh, nice.
Ben Grace. I still think Susan.
No, that's Team You because she would listen to the radio if she was by herself.
Okay, so you're saying you would know. Okay, I got it. And then Shane, radio is the worst thing in the world.
Oh, sweet.
Okay. I think I got this one.
Yeah, you did.
I'm taking the star. I'm taking the star. Here it goes.
It does upset the balance of the universe, Karen.
Okay, I like
You're
the radio.
A mystery.
You never know what you're going to get, and it's fun and exciting. You change it one station, and all of a sudden you got
next?
Justin Bieber.
What else about
singing
the car
Lonely,
is
and you
there
start
to
crying.
even have weird preferences that make us...
Okay, when it comes to this is the one I don't have your response on, so it's going to be, I'm going to have to retype it here in live, but when it comes to the carpool lane, whose team are you on? Oh no, carpool lane. If it's right there, sure. Is that how you describe it? What's your posture?
Avoid it like the plague.
Oh, it's even harsher.
Avoid it like COVID.
Okay. All right. Avoid. All right. Carpool lane.
You're gonna win this. You're gonna win.
Or are you like me? If there's a carpool lane.
No one's gonna avoid the carpool.
I am getting in that, like, move over. I want in that lane. I've got multiple humans in my car. I'm not like cheating. I don't cheat in the carpool lane. That's a bad idea.
Oh, Stephanie, to go back to your confusion about the last question, it's just about whether you like the radio or not music or not silence or not. Actual like radio.
Yeah. The FM 96.7,
I would never turn that on.
102.3, 91.1.
Yeah, everybody's going to be Team
lane.
Colby on this. No one's going to be like me. Oh! Karen switched to Team Kate. Okay, I have one person.
All right, I've got Susan.
Can I share my reason, though?
Yes, please do. People are voting. You've got time.
People speed so, in my opinion, so unreasonably so. And it's normal. All y'all do it. Everyone I'm weird. Y'all speed so much. So if I get in the carpool lane, there's only one lane there. I'm stuck. People are either honking at me or they're, what do you call it? Tailgate? No, not tailgating. That's a party. That's chicken wings. Whatever. Why can't I think of what that's called?
I can't think of it either.
What's wrong with us?
Anyway,
they're riding me.
Yeah.
Or I like feel some sort of pressure to speed up and I don't want to drive as fast as people driving.
Yeah.
All right. People are so overwhelming.
So efficient. Carpool lane, what's that? Oh, well, Irma.
Sorry about
you might not live
Albany.
in an area with
Sorry about Albany, Oregon.
All right, what do we got? I've got Susan, got Ben.
It's so overwhelmingly you, babe. What's funny though
Carpool
is that
lane.
Ben does understand my hatred. He's just still Team You because he'll get in it.
Okay. Susan says tailgating is appropriate. Maybe that is the way you can survive the carpool lane. I get the star. I'm taking the star. I'm now winning 2-0. I'm liking where this is going.
Yep, you got this one, baby.
Okay. All right, question number 3.
I don't understand
Let
how
us
you
know your
think
votes.
of all these questions.
Team Kate or Team Colby? Now, long road trips. Are you like me where it was more than 2 hours? Like, I guess if I have to. Or are you Team Kate? Give me all the driving, all the days.
Yep. I mean, yeah, I would go on a road trip every week if I could. Yeah. In fact, for a while I was going up to LA and back several times a week.
That's true. I do not like long trips in the car.
I want to go on a road trip right now. Just talking about it makes me want to just throw our stuff in the car.
I generally don't mind it, I guess, once we're out there and we're in it, but I really I don't. I'm not.
You
I'm not.
not
for
only
it.
don't mind it, you have a blast. We listen to
Yeah.
podcasts.
Not the radio. All right. Whose team are you on? Long road trips. What do we got
But
here?
I stick by the 90s anthem asshole, or I'll stick the speed limit or +5 on principle. Wait, what then? Stick by the 90s anthem asshole, or I'll stick to the speed limit. I don't know what that means.
Well,
know
he
what that
said
means?
earlier he said he does hate how people speed in the carpool lane.
I don't know what the 90s anthem asshole is, though.
He sticks. Isn't there like a? Yeah, there's a song. Is it Green Day?
Is there a 90s culture thing that I'm missing
Where
here?
I'll stick to the speed limit. Sarah's nodding her head that it is Green Day. The asshole song is Green Day, and there's a sticking to the speed limit principle. Okay, moving on. What do we got? I've got a Susan. Thank you, Susan. You've been with me tonight. I feel good about that. You got Irma.
I think it's pretty Team Colby on this one.
You've got Melanie. You've got Ben. You've got Shane. You've got Bethany. You're not keeping track of your score. Good thing I am. You have 4. I have 2.
Did you get Karen up there at the top when we first said that question?
No.
Laugh, 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 Team Kate.
Oh no, then you have 5. Then you get the star. You were way ahead. Yeah, Stephanie, that makes sense. Joel Smith, I'm 6'5". I don't fit in anything, so I don't enjoy long. Maybe that's what it is. Just my length makes. But I don't know. All right, you get the star. You have more people like long road trips than don't. It's not your comeback. It's just the one you get for the night. Okay. Question number 4. How about this? Could be a little bit controversial.
Where's Lenny tonight?
Feel free. That's true. Lenny's always with you. When it comes to like the cleanliness of the inside of your car.
Oh, God, are you outing me right now? It's okay. Y'all know I don't mind being outed, but it's bad.
Are you more like, it's fine, what? Don't judge me? Or are you... I'm not the total opposite of that, but I'm certainly...
I go to the
like, hey,
plant
can you take
nursery,
your garbage with you,
every
please, when
week
you get out of
and
the
get
car?
something, and they're like, would you like the plastic liner for your car? And I'm like, no.
You say,
Definitely
they offer
not.
the liner and you say no?
Because why do I need it? It's already covered in Starbucks trash. Soil goes everywhere. Anyway,
All right.
French fries.
When it comes to the cleanliness of the inside of your car,
A
people.
million sparkling water cans. All of the Starbucks I've ever had in my entire life. Just collecting it. Keepsakes.
I remember when our kids were super little, I
blamed it on the kids. I got to use them as a fantastic excuse when they were little, and now they're getting too old. They're the ones getting in the car going, Mom, can you get the stuff off my seat? Can you get your buy nothing shit off my seat? No, I can't.
Great.
No, I can't.
All right, Karen's with me, so I've got 1. Shane's with you. It's fine. What? Don't judge. Patty's with me. No trash in the car. But Karen wants to clarify. Not for plant dirt. It's good. I'll still take you on my team, though. Irma's with me. My car's always full of dirt. and mold from
Stephanie's
plant
with
debris
me,
stuff from
and
trips
it's
to the
because
nursery.
of trips to the nursery.
All right, 2 to 3.
Sure,
Susan's with me again. But
So
Bethany's
yours
with you,
actually
3 to
was
4.
your kids.
Melanie.
Susan's like when my kids were little, Team Kate. That's not being Team Kate.
Melanie.
It was actually your
Ha ha ha, I'm Team Kate. I took my husband out to dinner tonight. Oh,
I saw your
14 months.
post.
Ah!
Congratulations.
So beautiful.
So
But
amazing.
that ties us at 4 to 4.
I care about cups, not dirt. So Karen, how much does it take in you every time you get in my car and look down and you can't put anything anywhere?
Clean. I get Julie Middleton. Hi. Good evening, Julie. Good to see you.
Hi, Julie.
I have the sparkling water cans at Starbucks. You got Kelsey. That's 5 to 5. Oh, Joel comes in with a late vote. Team Colby, no trash in the car. That's 6.
I think Team Bethany is me, but she said it in a really funny way. I need advance notice if I'll be driving with someone so I can clean the front seat.
She already voted for
Oh,
it.
okay.
Yeah, so it's. I think I
That's
had
me,
this
too.
one 6-5. Unless there's any other Team Kate's
Yeah.
coming.
No, you're good.
Near.
I'm very happy
Near-
for you that you're finally winning something.
I get another star. I have already claimed victory, but we'll still do the last one.
Just for kicks?
Yep. Okay. Last question on whose team are you on? When other drivers around you suck, you just kind of like shrug and move on? Or
Okay, you know what, Martin? When he asked if we could do this topic, I said, sure. As long as you make it light and fun. I don't actually want to fight. And then he goes and puts that there.
I thought, oh no, did I violate our agreement?
No.
Okay.
No, it's just funny.
Okay.
Only in a funny way. Because
All right.
I would like to fight with you about this, but I won't. I'll spare y'all.
I'm not as enlightened as I made my positions.
That's why I want to fight with you.
Oh, yeah. No. I was just trying to paint the picture. There is a difference between us.
Yeah.
There is.
Yeah.
So are you just more road ragey towards other drivers?
Ben. Team K! Yeah, I know. You and I
Stephanie, all
share
the swear
rage.
words.
It's just, yeah.
All the best swears. Team Kate, Irma, Team Kate, Ben. Oh, Shane's with me.
Well,
Team Kate, 10,000%.
yeah, it's just humans are, I mean, to go back to that one about all the people speeding so unreasonably. But in California, it's the worst too. Like, you don't need to stop at stop signs at all, apparently. You don't need to really worry about red lights. Like, they're just like a signal. Red lights are like your after signal for after your yellow signal. And I just can't with that. I just really can't with that.
All right. You have more people.
Karen, I defend the other drivers. Karen, stop.
I do a similar thing.
Stop that.
There's got to be a good reason why they did that.
Stop it. Stop it right now.
Okay. But I just, thank you. I finally got a victory on whose team are you on.
It was close, but you did.
It was close. And it came down to really one swing vote on the previous question of the cleanliness of car. That did it. So that did it. So I want to thank everybody. I'd like to thank Susan for, I think, voting with me on every single question.
Probably they have an emergency. So, you know what, yeah. Karen? Everybody isn't having an emergency all of the time.
Maybe they are.
No.
Okay.
There's things people do that there's no emergency in the world.
Before we get to our next segment, I'd like to, can I share the video with them? I made a premiere.
Yeah, I wanted you. Can you do the transition so we're not this? No, I meant I wanted to get out of that scene, and I knew the only way to do it was
to show that you intuited a transition.
I wanted to intro this next segment, which is Colby sharing some art with us. From time to time, we want to be able to share some things that we've made with you, and Colby's going to share a piece of art that he made. And so I wanted to intro that so that he's not talking about his own art, which you can. I know you like to say things about your own stuff, but I wanted to just tell you how proud I am of you and how you never cease to amaze me at your next talent. Actually, our besties, the Heathens, said it best when they were like, just surprising us at every turn. Because you never know when you're going to turn a corner and find that, oh, Colby's the best at that too. Okay, cool. He's just going to keep being the best at new things every 5 seconds. I kind of hate him for it, but also it's the best. So watch this piece of art that he made.
Thanks, baby. On January 24th, 1975, after an exhausting 5-hour drive through the hills of Germany, legendary jazz pianist Keith Jarrett finally reached his destination. That night, he was booked to play for a sold-out crowd at the Cologne Opera House. And yet, when he finally arrived, his spirits dipped even further when he realized that his request for a Bosendorfer 290 Imperial Grand had gone unfulfilled. And in its place, well, he'd be playing a rather uninspiring, slightly out of tune rehearsal piano, whose sustain pedals didn't even work. And so weary from the road, with a stiff ailing back and flustered by these lackluster conditions, Jarrett, known to be a demanding perfectionist, declared his intention to cancel the evening show and fly home. However, in between this discouraged performer and these 1,300 restless jazz fans eager to hear him play, stood the 17-year-old German student who organized the concert, named Vera Brands. Though we're not exactly sure how, Vera managed to blow life into Jarrett's weary bones and help him see that all was not lost. With her unmatched hope and resiliency, she convinced Jarrett to walk onto the stage that night and play. And what transpired that night was nothing short of magic. In a back brace, and with an instrument whose lowest and highest keys were virtually unusable, Heath Jarrett improvised his brains out for over an hour, captivating the breathless audience. ECAMM Records recorded the performance and released it later that year as the Köln Concert. And if you listen close, you can actually hear Jarrett moaning as he grinds through the show, beating every last note out of that dusty old piano. In the 45 years since that record released, this solo masterpiece has gone on to sell over 4 million copies, making it the best-selling piano album of all time. I love this story. And when I think about it, I kind of feel like Heath Jarrett represents the way that many of us feel as we leave our more conservative Christian world. Tired, alone, frustrated, and a little beat up. And the piano is kind of like Christianity, that clunky, out-of-tune, partially busted tool that we have to work with. It's not perfect, yet we're still drawn to it for reasons we can't always name. And that improvised record that enraptured the audience on the hills of Germany, man, what a picture of the surprising magic that wounded people might still make with even the most improbable instruments and in the most unlikely places. And I don't know, in my own small way, I kind of think I'm like Vera Brands, insisting that we not give up. Inviting us to consider that there are restless people out there hungry for a bit of magic, desperate to be awakened and enchanted. I know you're tired. I know you're lonely. And I'm sure you miss the comforts of being a part of a community or a church or even a family. A place where you all shared the same belief system or practiced sacred rituals together. Trust me, I know well the temptation to want to just close up shop, seal off your heart, and leave the whole thing behind. But if you want, if you still feel that maybe some good can come out of merging parts of the Christian tradition with a more progressive way of thinking, then let's keep showing up, improvising with what we've got, and trusting that the music that we make will be enough. And when you're feeling ready to quit, when you're feeling like you want to walk away, I'll be your Vera, standing in the wings, believing in you and cheering you on. Aww.
That's beautiful.
Thank you.
Also, I really love that we played that on the night when our favorite ants are coming on, because if there aren't some amazing Veras in this world, named Sarah and Kevin, then I don't know.
Onto Vera.
Right.
Yeah, that was really fun to make. And BT Dubs, that jazz music that you heard at the midway point was not actually Heath Jarrett, the Köln Concert.
Because you're not allowed.
Yeah, I can't play that album, otherwise I'd have to pay God the amount of money to do that. So
did you say in the video, I forget, even though I've watched it a bunch of times now, that you listened to that the whole time you were...
No, I put it in the description on YouTube. That was the album that I played on loop while I wrote The Shift, because it was so inspirational for me. Yeah, that was super fun. Thanks for setting that up and watching that with us. Right before we bring our guest on, we just want to remind you of this. If you would like to support the Kate and Colby Show through financial contributions of any sort, you can do so at buymeacoffee.com/Kate and Colby. And the cool thing about Buy Me a Coffee is that you can just do one-time donations. Let's just say you're watching the show tonight and you think to yourself, that was a great show. I really appreciate what they did. I'm just gonna buy them a coffee or 2 coffees. You can just do one time. Or let's say you are like Melanie last week, who said, you know what? I actually want to be a monthly barista. So shout out to you, Melanie. Thank you, Melanie,
Melanie.
for becoming a monthly barista and providing coffee for Kate and Colby monthly. And a special shout out to James, who for the first time last week said, yeah, that was dope. I also want to be a barista. So thank you, James, for supporting us in that way last week. So again, that's buy me a coffee. You see the link on the screen. I'm more saying this for the pod fam who listens to this later. That's buymeacoffee.com/Kate
What up,
and Colby.
pod fam?
Good job.
Did I do it right?
Yeah, I even like looked at the mic and did the whole thing.
Yep.
I'm really proud of you. Anyway,
Trying
thanks.
to be more like you.
Thank you for supporting us, all of you wonderful baristas.
Thank
It means the
you.
world to us.
All
We
right.
love you.
It's finally that
Let's
time.
bring on the guest. Guest intro.
Wait. What?
Guest intro.
Oh man, you have so many buttons over here.
It's our favorite
Hi,
ants.
beautifuls.
Hi.
Oh, good. We can hear.
Hello, Sarah. Heath.
Hi.
Hello, Kevin Garcia.
Hello. Oh, it's really bright,
Hello.
guys. Let me not be so
Give me just
bright.
a second. I just want to
I think we
get a
yeah,
little
thank you.
more beautiful.
Finish,
for you.
finish, make
How do we
Please,
look?
please, please.
get it all
Biggest
right.
concern.
Please.
Get it
please,
all right.
Sorry,
please.
I wasn't prepared. Oh.
Be prepared. Hi, Sarah and
Now
Kevin.
I'm set.
Hello.
Hello.
Your hair and your hat are just absolute. Well, they're fire.
Yeah, they coordinated
like
their outfits for
literal
us tonight.
fire. I know.
Yeah, we already.
You know,
talked
we
about
wanted to
what
look
we
like our
were.
logo.
Genius. Wait, where's your
You
logo?
did it. The logo was at the top of the show. Also, they sent. I asked for. Go ahead, Kevin. You sent me a couple versions, right?
Well, there's two of them. Like we had a really dope illustrator
Oh, so
who
cute.
Yeah,
like
so
illustrated me and Sarah like at a dark lip on,
Wow.
and there
Oh
it is.
my gosh,
Look how
that's
cute we are.
so cute. Who did that? That's awesome.
Desiree
Is
Smith,
it me?
who goes to
It you.
my community. Actually,
Oh,
drew
that's
us.
so cool. That's so
Mhm.
cool.
She has a great business called I'm Like Her. You can get a lot of progressive stickers. Her best ones are RBG.
Oh, that's so cool.
Love
I
it.
love it. I love that it was someone in your community too that you
Mm-hmm.
to do that for you.
So when you pronounce the name of your show, how do you pronounce
Colby's like
AUNTS?
dying to know.
I
Great
say ants.
prep.
Your favorite ants.
Ants.
Okay.
My family would say a lot of my family. It depends on who it is. I have Aunt Dorothy, but we say aunt sometimes. Depends
Okay.
if it's our British relatives or not. But I say aunt.
Okay.
I'm from the South. I say auntie, and if it's a Mexican family, everybody's aunt and uncle, or auntie.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, but I call it on the white side of my family we call everybody aunts. Aunt Tammy, Aunt Lisa, Aunt Sharon.
That's a Southern
them.
thing. Yeah,
Okay.
aunt, even if you're not related. Mm-hmm.
Oh, is it? Oh, nice.
Oh, for sure.
Or
Like my aunt Jackie who lives in Florida. She's not really my aunt. She's just my mama's best friend.
I love it.
And I still go visit her when I'm down in Florida too. She lives in Tampa, and you can bet your ass. Now that I got my COVID vaccine, you know where I'm going?
Tampa.
Minnesota.
I mean, among other places, yeah.
California.
I just wanted to get it right. Yes, California. That's where we are.
Well, I'll tell you about that later if you want me to.
That's great.
Oh yeah, there's something coming up.
Well, that's exciting.
We have plots, plans, and exciting experiments that we're getting into.
Why don't you give us and our viewers and our later pod fam a bit of context about who use ours and what is your favorite ants? Let's start there. Give us some context.
Sure.
Work.
You want to start?
Sure. My name is Sarah Heath, and I currently am a pastor. I'm a United Methodist clergy member. I have a Restart Church in Costa Mesa, California, that is a incredibly diverse community. And it's in a 100-year-old building, and it's a great community. But I will be stepping away from that in July.
Wait, what?
To take some time off.
That's happening?
Yeah.
Bow, bow, bow.
I did not know that.
Yeah. I am stepping.
Life comes
away
at you
for a
fast,
while.
y'all.
Your girl needs to. Yeah.
That's what. There it is.
Colby's gotcha.
Your girl needs
Oh,
to,
thank
your girl
God
needs to
for
eat,
you.
Pray, love. Yeah, I need to eat, pray, love. I'm going to be spending a couple of months in Bend, Oregon, redoing my Airstream. I have a 1973 Airstream. So that's what I'll be doing in Oregon.
What's your
'cause my
tie to
airstream's
Bend,
up there.
Oregon? That's my favorite place
My
in the
friend-
whole world.
My friend lives there, and I was visiting her over the last year because they're all in the healthcare profession, and they were all vaccinated early. And it's a long and beautiful story of how I ended up getting this Airstream. Involves Rachel Held Evans, and it's a crazy story.
Oh.
But it ended up in Bend, and it's a beautiful, beautiful invitation, I feel like. So I am going to go up there and do that for 3 months. And then I have an LLC, which will be fun. I'm going to do some consulting work and more speaking engagements and that kind of stuff. So that's who I am and what I do. Do you want me to start talking about your favorite ants, or do you want to talk about it together, Kev?
I don't know. Like, I'll just quick intro. Hi, I'm Kevin. My pronouns are they, them. I'm a digital pastor. I live in Atlanta, Georgia. I have been making shit on the internet since I came out. And I've actually been friends with Sarah since like it came out, and then we became friends. That was in that order. And
I was at the other
and
side
so
of the closet waiting for you.
yeah, just to embrace me. It was actually one of those like I've had the time of my life, and then I jumped off the stage, and then she completely got crushed under my weight.
I remember that
It was
moment.
awful.
I felt so bad for the young. I thought it was like a teenage girl that was underneath Kevin. I'm like, that's sad.
Yeah,
but I guess it was
a strong petite woman, but you know, like these thick thighs. Strong. My God. Anyways, I wrote a book called Theology Kills, and when we went and spoke places, I went and spoke places, and I'm getting ready to do that again very soon. And yeah, me and Sarah, we decided like we wanted to do a podcast, and we were joking around about it's like we're pretty much everybody's favorite internet ants out there because we're out here giving
Everyone
advice.
asks us
we're
all
out
the
here
questions.
all the time, and so we're just like, why don't we? And also just like we love spending time together, so it was just like, why don't we? I don't want to say monetize it, but just like we wanted to make it a thing where like.
Might as well.
Well, there's not a. I mean, God, if you can monetize all of your habits, why not?
Exactly.
Which is why I can't wait for weed to get legalized. It's true.
You're still waiting?
Anyways, girl, it's Georgia.
Okay,
I'm in the South. I'm in the devil's land right now. Stacey Abrams is trying to take us to freedom. Anyways, our podcast, Your Favorite Ants, it was started off. We just wanted to answer people's questions. We wanted to give space for folks who, I don't know who to ask because they don't have their pastors anymore. They don't have their old community anymore. They usually just have their internet friends. And so it's just like, send in your questions about queer dating, about dating as an adult, about dating after being divorced, being in ministry, getting out of ministry, tarot, astrology. My best friend's an asshole. What do I do about that? Send us your questions. And what qualifies us to answer them? Yes. Yeah.
I think we realized too, like there's this understanding in a lot of families that like there's a lot of things you wouldn't ask your mom, but you would ask your aunt potentially if you have that kind of relationship.
Right. Yeah.
Whether a selected aunt or not. And so if it's something about religion, because maybe you've had a shift and you wouldn't want to ask your mom about that because she's going to immediately be worried about you, but your aunt. What do you say? Hashtag shift. Oh, mine's right there.
We'll wait. Go grab it. No, I'm kidding. Don't do it.
Stop.
Don't do it, Heath.
No, I think there's this. I have a bookshelf with all my friends' books. I love it. It's like every day when I walk by it. I think we realized that there were some things that people felt uncomfortable asking people, maybe in their immediate circle. So maybe you don't want to ask your immediate family, but you would ask your aunt. And it's usually the thing you'd ask your aunt when your aunt's a little bit tipsy. So like like during the family gathering. So our joke is like we have a lot of opinions. We have some opinions and usually some drinks in us. And that's usually how we on a Friday afternoon, it's the last thing both of us do.
It's my favorite thing.
It's
the best thing in the world. It's like we get together, we check in,
some of our favorite people log on, like Dr. it's crazy. Dr. Jackie logged on.
Yeah, a couple weeks ago, we were just like doing it on Instagram Live, and Jackie Lewis, the Reverend Dr. Jackie Lewis.
Are you kidding?
was like,
She's
just
my
like it's
favorite
just like I
human
just
in the world.
I invited her on,
Who's
and she
our
just
favorite
hops
aunt?
on and kikis with us for like a good
Just
solid
hang out.
15
She
minutes.
accepted
about
your
shooting
invite
the
and
shit.
joined the show. That's fun.
Yes, and she's gonna come back on to talk about her new book in a few weeks. So.
That's
We're
fun.
excited.
All right.
So yeah, it's this idea of like, you're right. I think you said it earlier, Kate, like the families that we create are often the things that sustain us during difficult times. So we've all been through a difficult year, and we've realized the people who get to be called aunts, right? Who get to be called our chosen family.
Yes.
And so we created a show that they talk to each other. Like last week I realized, Kevin and they and I are just like going off and thinking, and then I looked down in the comments and I realized they're supporting each other and answering each other's questions. So it's become this incredible community where we always say like our honorary aunts. I actually had Jared Bias texted me from the Bible for Normal People and was like, hey, can I be an honorary uncle? Which at first I was like, I don't have a child. But then I realized
Met your little
Like,
community. I love
A little
it.
pod.
I love it.
fun. So it's been this really
I'm
fun
excited.
thing. It's been super organic.
Yeah, and
Love
also, like, speaking of organic, we're literally about to bite y'all style because you're going to teach me how to do this business because this shit's hot.
We've been
This
texting
is
the
so
whole time.
cool.
I'm like, what is
Oh, yeah.
this?
No, I accidentally texted, like, Colby all these things. I was like, girl, we got to learn how to do this because if we know how to do this.
You sent
and
it
it's
to
all in
Colby,
Colby's. Yes.
That's great.
Yes.
That's perfect.
So,
You're welcome.
That's great.
That's perfect because that's your ask now.
now you know
That-
how
now
I
he
feel
knows.
about me.
That's it.
That's amazing. Can you, besides the jumping off the stage and crushing Sarah, can you say more about why did you become friends right when you came out? Like how did you meet?
Oh.
How did that happen?
So we met at Wild
We met-
Goose Festival.
Of course it was wild.
2016. I was working for a queer nonprofit at the time, so I was probably like maybe 9 months out of the closet by that point.
You were a bébé.
Workshop. Yeah, I was un bébé. So I wanted to go to the workshop that Brandon Robertson was supposed to host, but Homeboy didn't make it in time to host his little workshop, and so I said, "This one looks interesting." Sarah Heath, something about authentic living. There was no other seats left. I got there a little late. I had to sit on the front row, and I was
Which,
Pentecostal
by
at
the
the
way,
time.
I thought 0 people were gonna come. My
Oh,
friend,
shit was packed.
couldn't
Uh-oh.
had
Where'd
to
Kev go?
convince me.
I'm still here. Don't worry.
Okay.
Sorry.
Mike
Sorry.
McCarg had to convince me. I was like, no one is going to come. It's 9 a.m. People don't know me in this environment. So I show up and Mike says, here's the deal. Even if it's just you have to, or even if it's just me, you have to give your whole talk. So I show up with my little computer thing. This is a true story. Turn around to set up my thing and turn around and the booth, like the whole tent is full and packed. And I don't know any of these people. And that was, and Kevin sat right in the front.
Wow.
Yeah.
I love it.
And then I walked up to Sarah and I said, "Hello, I would like to be your friend." And then we were. The end.
And then we were. That's a true story.
Wait,
so wonderful.
I'm skeptical. Hold on.
No, it's
So
true.
then we danced for 3
You're
nights.
skeptical of friendship.
And then we drank a whole lot of beer together,
I
and then we
am-
sang hymns under a tent. And then we kept in touch, and then we kept going back to Goose, and
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
No.
went and spent
Goose will
Thanksgiving
do
with
that.
Sarah.
I think
You spent
okay.
Thanksgiving with me one year. I mean, we've become family during COVID.
Yeah,
We've talked every day. We talk every day.
multiple
Oh yeah,
times.
the book I was
usually.
talking. I think I was talking on What's Your Story. I think that's the book I was speaking on, right?
Yeah!
That time.
That was to Kevin's book.
Oh, Kevin's book
Oh.
is so good.
Do you want to do a giveaway, Kevin? Let's give away Kevin's book.
Yeah.
Oh!
Kevin's gonna give away a book. Here we go.
Yes.
Now
for a
our
giveaway.
friends are little. Look, I tried to hold Kevin and
You
it
did.
didn't.
No, you did great. You did
Oh,
great.
you're cool, Kevin,
Hold
in your
it.
hands.
This is a great screenshot. Everybody hold. While you're holding Kevin.
Oh. But now I have to
No, you're
remember
not
how to
holding
do
it. Okay, great. I'll grab that later. All right. So
Betty.
You're just excited to have that for
I
all the
am.
Instagrams.
here's how you enter, people who are with us. Just all you got to do, you know the rule. If you've been watching us, just follow us on Instagram. Okay.
Follow the peeps.
So you probably already follow Kate and Colby. If not, then you've lied about previous giveaway entrances. But follow Kate and Colby. Follow at Rev Sarah Heath and at the Kevin Garcia. And you know how it works. It's just an honor system, so you don't have to like log off your device and go do it now.
I'm looking.
Tell us. Sarah's like, I need new followers. Where are they? And just let us know in the comment section.
I have an app that will check. I will go back and check on this. I will.
Don't use that app, Kevin.
Why not?
A couple weeks ago, I had.
He had a bad experience.
I had someone like message me. It's like, I noticed that you unfollowed me on the exact date. Like they showed me a screenshot and I could see the app that they use. Like this person had an app to track unfollows.
No. That's not what it does.
That's not what they mean.
No, it's a giveaway app. It's to basically say, I want you to go through the follower list of this one, and this one.
Yes.
And see if everyone's following, and it picks a winner.
That's great. Okay.
Yeah,
I'm sorry that you had
that. Yeah, they meant an app for doing this thing, not the checking to see who's following.
No.
I thought they had great gumption in asking me.
Anyway.
Yes. Anyways. So Kevin, tell us about your book. Give us a 30-second pitch.
People are already entering, even though we haven't said a word about it.
Sweet. Bad Theology Kills, subtitle, Undoing Toxic Belief and Reclaiming Your Spiritual Authority, is a book that is partly about my life and my experience as a queer person of faith and coming out and coming to terms with what it meant to be a queer person of faith in a world that wasn't built for me. It helps deconstruct the conservative beliefs you might have using classical theological techniques, kind of just flipped on their head a little bit, and then introduces new ideas to help you build a spirituality and a faith that's actually life-giving and doesn't make you sad about your life. You know what I'm saying? And also gives you a really, really good thing to say, hey, why am I against bad theology? You know, why am I against queerphobia? Why am I against racism? Why am I against Islamophobia? Because it's fucking killing people.
Yep.
And that's what you can say to people.
Yep.
Yeah.
You can also get the shirts at badtheologykills.com.
Love it.
It has this on it.
It's fun to wear because it really people react to it. It's a
conversation starter.
Yeah, it's a great,
when I went to the used car dealership, I was wearing it, and the man wanted to tell me all about what was killing America. Lord, I shut my mouth so quickly so I could get that car and get out of there.
Yeah, you did. And I saw your post recently about how much it's sold, even though you self-published, right? That's so amazing. I love it. I was pretty blown away by that because I decided to self-publish because a couple years ago, I guess it's just like a year and a half ago when it came out. My following was not huge and it wasn't going anywhere, but I just got to this point where it's I know this book needs to be written. Yes.
I know it's important.
Yep.
And it also is not going to be something that a publishing house can publish because I'm basically saying, let the church burn if it needs to. Mm-hmm. And, people at the end of the day, a capitalist thing, such as a publishing house, has to make money. And so I understand why they can't publish it.
Yep.
And at the same time, I took a bet on myself, and it's paying off in spades, and this shit's paid my bills so much this year.
Where's our applause track? I'm trying to do it myself. Yay!
So yeah, I love it. It's the best thing I've ever done. I think even if you don't win the book, you can buy it at badtheologykills.com. I'll even send you a signed copy if you like.
Yay!
Win it and buy one for your friends.
And then if you tried to get a progressive publishing company to publish it, they look for certain stats of who you are first.
Yeah, because the content can be golden, but if you don't honestly, they won't really start looking at you till you have at least 10,000 followers on Instagram or Twitter or something. 15,000 is even better, and it is hard. But what's been kind of weird and lovely is I self-published it, and then it's what happened was I put it in people, and that is lovely in some ways. I'm really, really happy because it happened exactly when it was supposed to.
Yeah.
And it also allowed me to get out of my own way a little bit. I had a huge ego when I first started out, because I wanted to be at the top of the game immediately. Mm-hmm. It doesn't work like that.
Yeah.
And it also just now that I'm where I am now, I realize, everything I actually wanted it for, that was stupid. Now I actually know what's important.
Yeah.
So.
Beautiful.
Anyways.
I think you held it so loosely, which was beautiful. Like as you were writing it, just being your friend and talking to you every day,
The
you
book.
just held it so you held it so loosely. As far as it needing to succeed, watch your mouth. This is an hour.
I didn't. No. That's what I wasn't going for. I was like, held what so loosely? Like my dreams? Like I don't know, huh? So now I know what you're talking about.
I meant the book. You didn't need it. You knew. You kept saying to me, if the person who needs it gets it, then it's good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And obviously, I want it to like pay for what I put into it.
Mm-hmm.
But if the person who needs it gets, and then it just kept doing really well. So.
Yeah. You just gotta
did
like
it.
let your art do what it's supposed to do in the world.
And I just absolutely adore the idea of being a virtual pastor, or what is the term you use? Did you say virtual?
Digital
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 pastor.
pastor.
I
Digital.
just love that so much. Like,
Just you.
I
and
hate
me.
the internet. I hate the internet.
Together.
Hate the internet.
Sorry.
Sorry, we're going in sync.
Sorry.
No,
I'm
carry
focusing
on.
on you, Kate.
It's great. Y'all can sing.
Please go ahead.
Keep going.
So
That's
you-
for our other show. That's for the after show.
Yeah.
You were saying, Kate, I
No,
apologize.
I hate the internet for what it does to people's souls and to relationship, and so I think we need pastors on the internet to help.
Yeah. So
help
this
us
is
through it.
something interesting. This is actually master's degree talking. The end of my master's degree happened right as the world was shutting down. So my last 9 weeks.
Oh,
of
COVID shutting
seminary-
down? Oh, okay.
My last 9 weeks of seminary was all online. And I was already taking a class that was talking about digital ministry and like youth ministry and whatnot. And it was an online hybrid class that I took the fall semester. I was like, this is really, really stupid. But then like the following semester, I literally had to employ everything I learned in that class because the data suggests that the interactions that we have face-to-face versus video versus phone versus text message versus email, of course, face-to-face is rated highest, but according to the data, there isn't much difference in the quality of communication between platforms or
Right.
mediums. That's what the data shows.
Oh, right.
And the way that we understand the place of here is also shifting because, for example, location has now, because we're in 3 different locations right now, in across 4 different time zones. Technology has collapsed this thing called space, and there's also people all over the world who are listening to this. So it's, on the one hand, yes, it can be, it's like the internet is chaotic good. If you use it for terrible things, it will be terrible. And for someone like me who was a closeted queer Christian, I found gay Christians on Twitter and it changed my life.
Right. Yeah.
So
And I think that's the reality too, is it helps like level the playing field for some ableism issues as well. So like even the fact that we can now do closed captions and things like that, like the content that wasn't easily, if you're in it from a small town, the likelihood of you meeting a out Christian, it was so small. And so to be able to use the thing that has hurt so many people to actually heal people, that's I think the beauty of being able to be a digital pastor, especially if you're in like a healthy space of like, I don't need to, I'm not using this to become a Instagram model.
Yes.
Ugh, listen, if I had the body to be an Instagram model, do you think I would be pastoring?
Oh.
No, I would be making money off those abs, ma.
Fair. It's fair. But
I would have had a very different life. But I've always, I can lift some weights. I'm just like, I like my body now. I'm not a bear yet, but like I think give me like 3 more years and I might be muscle daddy bear situation. I'm not sure.
Options.
What
I
about
was
you do you.
I was so into talking with y'all, I forgot to pick a winner, so
Oh, yeah.
I'm gonna do that.
Winner for tonight for Kevin's book, Bad Theology Kills, goes to.
Oh, I said I forgot to pick one.
Oh, I was giving you enough time. And then I was
Yeah,
going to put their
funny.
name on the
That's
screen.
enough time by just saying.
I thought it was enough patter.
Wow, they're
I like how
fighting.
it's
Mom and
moving
dad
on.
are fighting.
Always, always. It's all we do.
Mm-hmm.
It's all we do.
I'm never getting married. Just kidding.
Married, schmarried. I don't
All
believe
right,
in
well,
marriage.
you're still.
Okay,
No, you have one?
Yes.
Okay. And drum roll.
drum roll. Bethany.
Oh, Bethany Callahan.
Bethany. Theology
You
Kills.
did it.
Bethany, you get the DJ air horn. And the drill is just send us a message, a private Facebook message, DM us your address, and we will get that to the appropriate
We will
authorities.
send you Kevin.
Such as Kevin. Yes, Kevin will deliver the book. I believe he said he would
Cardboard
deliver
box.
it in person.
Yay.
But going back
Probably.
to that, I really loved the way that you both were like, yes, the internet has capacity for suckage, and
And
it has these incredible gifts that there's incredible potential for gifts for
not just
connection.
potential though, because like they shared a story of it, like literally saving their life. Like it just, it's done good and created life-saving spaces for people.
Yeah, I'm wondering if on your shows, your favorite ants, if there are some.
Are you just adding a plural to everything right now? Is that what that meant? They don't have like multiple shows. You were just like doing.
Well, I
kids'
do have multiple.
We actually do.
You
We
meant
do have
multiple
multiple shows. Oh,
Kevin,
no,
change
my
the battery
gosh.
pack.
Change your battery pack.
Come on, Kevin, change the battery
God,
pack.
I'm sorry, guys.
Let me be the first
Hold
to tell
on.
you, change the battery pack.
Poor guy.
We're just gonna switch and
No,
be on
that's
the
all right.
basic camera now. I figured.
Just charge it and put it in later.
There you are. You still look
I will.
good.
Even without the
you.
glam.
At some point, Stephanie
still-
said, I can't remember what comment it was, but I think it was something you said, Sarah, and Stephanie said, Psst, disabled people have been saying this for a long time.
Yes,
Yeah,
Stephanie.
yeah,
Yes, that
yeah.
there is something incredible about the connection that can be made that doesn't get to be made when there isn't representation in the same way
Yeah.
and shared communication.
Yeah, so my question was about your show, singular, your favorite ants, plural. Are there some questions, topics, themes that sort of show up with some high degree of regularity? I'm wondering if you'd be willing to share, like, what are some of the things that people are asking their favorite ants more frequently than others?
Yeah.
I think because I'm a cisgender heterosexual woman and they are what are we today?
You know,
What
today,
are we today? I love it.
being gender fluid. You know, like there are I feel like there's kind of like two kinds of questions that come in. No, that's not true. There's a whole bunch, but like
I was gonna
it
say,
kind
I
of
feel
like,
like the question is dating. Don't you feel like because we come from such different norms?
Yeah.
I feel like people ask us a lot about dating.
yeah, there's a lot of dating questions. I think it's like faith in dating is like the two
Faith and
the
dating.
two streams.
Yep, those are the two.
Yeah.
Those are the two.
Yeah,
And
people
then
ask
every
us a
now
lot
and then
about
you're
dating, even. But what's interesting about us dating is just like, it's not that we're bad at dating. It's just that we haven't locked down a companion.
Yeah,
Like, I
that
have
doesn't
not
make you
trapped
bad
a
at
man
it.
Maybe
yet.
you're just so good at it, you just keep doing it.
No, exactly.
Colby with the reframe.
That one got me.
He's
That's what it
perfect
is.
with that.
That's what it is.
Yeah, I'm just so good at dating, and just like I just keep doing.
Why
it.
retire? Why hang it up?
Absolutely. I mean,
Right.
like, and I'm also non-monogamous, so like I'm never trying to stop dating. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to be a
Hey.
Just kidding. No, but for real, I am non-monogamous, so I am literally always trying to date. But we can get into that at a different time if you want to. But yeah, there is a lot of questions around
now.
dating. You want to do it now? Like,
I think it's,
Oh, they
but
come
actually,
off.
I think exactly what normally happens is because I think it's really helpful for people to see people who come from two very different frameworks. Like, so most people would consider me like a I'm very progressive, but I come from traditional frameworks in a lot of ways. And so I think for people to see, like, just because you're from a traditional framework doesn't mean you can't like sit with and be in relationship and friendship and like support and laugh and like, and be curious and what does that look like? And it doesn't no way affects what your story is, other than making your story more open and lovely and beautiful.
yeah, because
I
like
think that's why
here's
people
the
keep
deal
asking us.
too. Because Sarah like Sarah said, like I am the wild one between us, if you will. Like we're both pretty wild, but like
We will.
We will.
but it's like I'm the one who like I'm a shit ton of drugs. I'm the one who's having tons of sex if I can. I mean, not right now because obviously COVID times. But and then
also
Sarah
you're
also
doing
comes
this
to this approach
podcast.
of just like, yeah, and I'm also doing this podcast. You know, but like, and I think it really does bring this delightful balance between us, and it reminds me that not everybody is as I don't want to say as extreme as I am, but not everybody needs my kind of advice. Sometimes they need somebody
That's
to
well
say,
said.
like,
Yeah.
slow the fuck down, Kevin. And I need that. Like, sometimes you need somebody to say, go for it, you stupid idiot. And sometimes you need somebody to say, why don't you take a breath? And, like, do you need some water?
Yeah.
It's like me and you.
It is a little bit like, yeah.
I love that.
Yeah, yeah.
That's beautiful.
We were saying also in the text
joked about
messages
it
that I am
earlier.
Kate.
Nice.
I'm Kate.
I
Fucking
wasn't going
hate
to
drivers.
assign unless,
We were like laughing. I was like, oh my gosh, I'm Colby. And he's like, I'm for sure Kate. there.
That's
yeah.
understandable.
Black, a really, really dark lip. Don't like other drivers. Car's a mess. I mean,
My
I
car
don't
is
mean for my car to be a mess. It just
Wow,
happens
child, what
to
are we
be
gonna
that
do?
way when I'm
Well,
in it.
Yeah.
Y'all
Yeah.
are soul sisters.
I don't know how it got there.
High five, soul sister. High five. Yeah, that's the way it is. No, I actually do want to talk about non-monogamy. You said you want to talk about that now? I actually do want to talk about that. You said like something about like your intention of like I'm trying to never quit dating. Like that is the intention.
Yeah.
Does it is it okay if I just ask whatever and then you can say I don't want to answer that if you don't want to answer?
Yeah, sure.
This
of
is
course.
our whole
I'm open to
show.
whatever.
Yeah.
I love it.
Welcome.
Yeah. Well, okay. I have so many things I want to say. I don't know where to start. But I guess I'll start with just, do you feel like, I don't know, like we put all these labels on things of like an actual orientation. And so do you feel like that's like how you were kind of, I hate the like designed to be, created to be, born to be. I hate all that. And I'm trying to speak to like a thing under the thing, you know? Like a...
Yeah,
This is who I am.
I have a theory. Yeah, I have a theory about this and the way that you say like an orientation towards a certain kind of relationship structure.
Yeah.
I think that's a brilliant way of putting it.
Okay.
Because
Yeah.
I
for me, feel naturally oriented towards am okay with the fact that I've been attracted to multiple people at a time. And I've desired to I wouldn't mind being in a romantic partnership with somebody, and then if they were also having casual sex with someone else, I really wouldn't care. Because for me, I love sex. I think it's fun, and I think that it's a beautiful way of connecting with other people, and it's one form of intimacy.
Yes.
For me, and when I think about partners I have, I don't want to put constraints. I actually heard RuPaul talk about this, about his open marriage. He's like, I don't want to put constraints on the person that I love. And that to me is like, oh my God, that's beautiful. And that's kind of how I see it. Is I have a deep capacity to love people. I think later in life, I want to have a partner. I want to have maybe a family. I could honestly see myself in a throuple. I think that could be dope. But overall, my kind of ethos for romance and love is, and including casual sex or hookups or even short-term relationships. My ethos is I want to love you as much as I can for as long as I have you.
I love it.
And I genuinely feel that way, and I genuinely want. To be honest, I want to take that same feeling, and maybe if it's not romantic love, I want to give that to every single person I can.
Beautiful. Yeah, I love that. And it makes so much sense. Tell me what you said again. Orientation toward certain types of relationship. Is that what you said? I love that.
An orientation towards a certain type of relationship structure.
Yeah, and it just feels like...
some people are monogamous as fuck, and that's great.
That's what I was going to say, is it just feels like, duh, of course we would all have an orientation towards different kinds of things because we're all so different. We're just different kinds of people. I have an orientation towards everything. Everything. Towards yelling at people in the car or towards a messy car. It's the same kind of thing. Of course we have different bents towards things. Did you celebrate being you're super monogamous? Is that what you were? Yeah.
Serial monogamous is what we would call Sarah Louisa Jane
I don't
Heath.
have the energy. I do not have the energy. I can't act
oh my God.
because I can't. I drive Kevin nuts because I'm just I can't.
I'm single and I don't want to do the apps, but it's the only option we have right now until Kingdom Come. Or some hot. Or here's the deal. Kate and Colby. Do you know nice people that want to date nice people like me and Like, matchmaker,
I like where
matchmaker,
this
make
is
me a
going.
match.
I feel like Kate and I are uniquely gifted to enter into a season of life soon where we become matchmakers. Yes.
I feel like this would be a really good thing for us to do.
We're looking to diversify our portfolio.
We know not just nice people. We know really
Quality people.
stellar quality people, and we're both so intuitive about. Oh, I'm liking this.
Did we
like
just
this
launch a
story.
business?
I think we
Such
just
a
did.
blessing.
I think we just
Just so you
did.
know, Kevin and I launch
y'all.
different businesses daily.
Okay.
All the
We should
time.
make this into a business.
Oh, someone in our comment stream is feeling panicked about being a gay man who doesn't have rules to follow.
Oh.
You know what I mean? Like, where's
Mhm.
the kind of, I guess, kind of what you're doing? Like, dear sugars,
So-
dear aunties, how do we
Mhm.
do this?
Kevin, I think part of that is if oftentimes what happens is people believe the false narrative that gay culture is a hookup culture. So what I'm
Okay.
hearing in
Okay.
that, and it is a false narrative. What I'm hearing in that is like, there are no rules in gay culture. Honey, your orientation within gay is different as well. So you're going to get a gay man who's incredibly monogamous. You're going to get a gay man who, it's
Who's a fucking
as much
slut
as-
and will cheat on you as much as he wants to stay with you. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Like, but also the thing about it is,
Took the words right out of her mouth, I'm sure.
here's the deal.
That's exactly how I would have put it.
Straight people are hoes too. Straight people are skanks too. Like, don't think
This
that it's
used to
just
be-
because.
Another one of my sweatshirts. Straight people are hoes too. Just like
Absolutely.
spread the word. You
Yeah,
know?
spread the word. Let the people know.
Yeah.
But yeah, you hit the nail on the head, Sarah. Like, there is this thing where like gay men don't know how to commit. Gays are all sexually promiscuous, and it's like, well,
Yeah.
here's the thing. You see what you want to see, right?
Yep.
So you can either see somebody who is just skanking it up all the time, or you are seeing somebody who has spent an entire lifetime repressed and unable to express their sexuality, and therefore, now that the restrictions are off, there is a pendulum swing into the
Yeah.
realm of exploration.
Yeah.
And
That's
for
something
some
I think
people,
that's really important.
sorry, go
I was
ahead.
just gonna say that, like you and I have talked about. It's almost like there's a re-puberty almost that happens when you are like you're
Second
discovering your
adolescence. Don't say
sexuality.
re-puberty. That's gross.
Don't
Sorry,
say
That's correct.
I also didn't like that term, so I'm grateful for the
Sorry.
gentle correction.
Second adolescence. Not.
Sorry,
Yeah, I didn't
Sarah.
like it either. I didn't like it either. If we could edit it out.
She's like, it came out of my
no,
mouth, and I wish it hadn't.
I didn't like it.
I feel you.
Anyways.
But point being, there are people who do go through a phase where, I remember one of my dear friends saying, I'm like 16, like I can't, because I don't know how to date and I never learned how to date. There are still rules, and the beautiful thing about it is you get to develop them.
Mm.
Like you're talking about, it sounds like you want someone externally to tell you what the rules are, and honey, that was never true.
Yeah.
The rules always had to come from within, and your community and culture can help you define them. Kevin, as one of my closest friends, helps me like realize, like, I bought into the story that you're supposed to be devastated when a breakup happens, and yet Kevin reminds me, like, well, was it a good experience? Was it a love that you're glad that you had? Did you develop in it? Do you feel good about? And then it's all of a sudden you're learning to redefine it, but it's still coming from within me. And so there are rules. There are rules because you are here and you are present and you are grounded in your body, and nobody can change what you actually want. The problem is what's happening for you right now. Probably, my guess is, your auntie is guessing, is that you're just figuring out what you want. And that's one of the hardest things to do when no one else is telling you that what you want is wrong anymore.
Yes.
step into
Especially because,
it.
like,
Step into
yeah.
your thing.
that feeling of wrongness, that shame that comes up of just like, I don't know if I'm going to do the right thing. The thing is just recognize that you are eventually going to mess up. You're going to hurt somebody's feelings at some point, and somebody's going to hurt your feelings at some point. And what we do as adult humans is we say, hey, I'm sorry.
Yep.
What a con,
Yep.
right?
And then we move on, don't we? Yes.
And let it go. And then also, as you're developing your like own personal sexual ethics or sexual practices, a really good book you should check out is Matthias Roberts' book. It's called Beyond Shame: Develop Your Healthy Sex Life on Your Own Terms. And the one big marker he says in there is look for a thing, like what does the thing make you feel? Is it driving you towards connection or is it driving you towards disconnection? And so like shame is going to cause you to want to disconnect and move away from everything. And, you know, joy is what's bringing you joy, what's bringing you connection to others.
Closer.
And also, when you say you're sorry, when you apologize, when you dare I say, repent, hallelujah. When you change your mind about stuff, you know, when you come back to yourself, that's connection. That's what you need. So search for that. And if you do something, like you try something out, you go out and you have a sex with somebody and it doesn't feel great, or you feel weird afterwards. Yeah, if you have a sex, right? If you have the sex with somebody.
Like that. I'm going to use that wording.
I'll have a sex, thank you.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Just like, what kind of, this is like, I had a sex with them. It's like, was it a good sex or a bad sex? I'm just like, oh, it was an okay sex. Was it sexy
conversations
sex?
that we have.
Anyways, but yeah, sorry, what was I just saying?
I don't know, but y'all should start a podcast where people like ask you questions about sexuality and dating.
You know,
and
maybe we should you know what? I think we should
kind of like a
really
Dear
hone
Aunties thing.
Yeah, I think we need to hone in on like faith and dating and relationship stuff. That seems to be like the thing.
So
and
good.
it also seems to be what gets the most traffic.
Yep.
Too.
Yep. Because people, whatever language you want to use, people deconstruct, people awaken, and then they're just like, oh no. They're just stuck on all that part. They're like, I know I don't believe in hell anymore. I know that I think it's okay to be gay. Now what? Everything else is like a big...
Remember that commercial where the guy's like, there are no rules, because there's like no rules for cell phones anymore, and he goes into a grocery store and takes his shirt off and yells, there are no rules, and then a guy walks up and he's like, sure, you can't have your shirt off, and he's like, there are some rules. I think that's kind of what happens with like when people say
that's so good. We're with you.
That's good.
Yeah,
that's
for
good.
Sure.
That was a solid sermon illustration, Sarah, I gotta say.
It was an amazing poll. Like, how did you think of that?
That's how an ADHD brain works. You're welcome. There is this sense where that's why we're friends. I think that the biggest thing we want is there to be no rules, and then when there are no rules,
yes.
Colby, your book actually talks about this. People get scared.
Yep.
What is morality anymore?
This book.
What is all this stuff?
Shift.
Why am I made here?
Kevin's my favorite aunt. Not that I'm choosing favorites, but whose team are you on?
Sarah's my favorite aunt, so.
Yes!
Boom, 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 boom.
Wow, looks like some homosexuality is going on in this. Boys and boys, girls and girls. Wow.
Well, yeah, some of us in this space are queer, and some of us are not. It's just how it works.
It is.
I don't know who the straights are in this space. I don't know.
We're hard to spot. Can I?
It's
okay.
the hat that gives it away.
Kevin, the other day, someone on a YouTube video in which I'm not the favorite of the commenters, if you understand what I'm saying.
Where people hate you?
Yes, that's correct.
Yeah, where they loathe you with every fiber of their being.
So all the comments are very much not.
Never read those.
With me.
Anyway.
I actually mostly read them, and it's mostly fine. Oof. Actually, I got 2 stories now. So, but the first story I was going to tell Kevin is that one guy, because in the video, in the conversation I have with someone, I talked about how I identify as a straight white male. And one guy's like, quotes me back. He's like, straight male? Yeah, question mark. And I'm like, what is even your point? Like, what do you think you're saying with that?
Honey, you're handsome. He was hoping. It was like, maybe.
Is that what it was? He was fighting his own repression? Oh. Like, I just don't. By the way, if I was gay, that would be wonderfully fine and all the things. And I don't know why people think that's like a thing they have to come at me. Like, you're only this because you must be gay. Like, you have such lack of creativity.
Like you're only affirming because you must be hiding that you're gay.
Oh, that is the most annoying thing in the world. And it's also patriarchal and it's also misogyny.
Yes.
Because you know what it is? It's saying that, it says that men look like this. It says men do not cry. Men don't have gay friends. Men are not sensitive. Men cannot experience emotion. Men cannot grow. Men have to work. Men cannot be soft. Men cannot cry. Men have to lead. Men have to fight. And it is bullshit. And all the people who are just like, And that's the thing, is just like, this is how patriarchy harms all of us.
Yeah.
This is how white supremacy hurts white people.
Yep.
By making us like think that you have to be a monolith.
It couldn't
Because you have to
possibly
hate
be
yourself.
that this amazing straight man just has a tender heart and wants to see people thrive.
Yeah.
It couldn't possibly be that.
It
so
couldn't-
we have
and-
to find something else. Yeah.
And that's the thing, is that I think I've said this to you, Colby, and there's a few also, this is like another one of my projects I want to work on, is there are not, at this point, many examples of what healthy masculinity looks like. We talk a shit ton about toxic masculinity, but there's not a huge conversation around what does a healthy man look like? What does healthy masculinity look like? And I think, not to go Christian on us, but we can find the answer in the Bible.
Do it, Vera.
All right, so here's my thing. So if we look at like, we the Bible says, like, the church is the bride of Christ, right? And it's often talked about, like, we are the sons of God. And so one time it was explained to me by my friend Sue Ann, is that even within that most basic context of still looking at a binary, men must learn what it is to become a bride, and women, daughters, must learn what has become the firstborn son, the heir to the throne. Women have to learn what it is to like be an heir to the throne, to take on that wisdom, authority, and power from the person, from God, who wants to give it to them. And men have to learn how to be soft with spirit and soft with themselves, in order that they may be like taken up into it. So
A fullness of it.
yes.
Yep. Preach.
I think the other
Sorry,
thing that Kevin and I talk about, which I think is important too, it's this lie of scarcity. If this idea that, like, for me to accept, I have to be so sexual that I can't handle anything. Like, in any way, does your sexuality affect my sexuality? No. So me, like, how does Kevin's sexuality in any way affect my sexuality? Again, it's people looking outside of themselves, because we have been taught, particularly in the church, not to trust our insides. We have been taught not to believe that masculinity actually, do you know what I find so gosh darn attractive? Goddamn, a man who is okay with having gay friends and is no way threatened by it. And the thing that drives me crazier is, all these Christian boys that go to all these little Christian schools.
Say it, Mom!
They act like they are in, gay relationships with their best friends, because it's the first place they felt safe to have a healthy relationship with other males, because at least I know he's not gay. Who the hell cares if he's gay? Because if you're not gay, you don't accidentally sleep with people. That's the truth of the matter. Is, again, it's the scarcity mindset, this idea that you are somehow, like, it's a thing that if you can't both be equal in it. And this is a conversation with Kevin and I.
This is everything I've ever wanted you to say.
Yes, for real. Are we doing a giveaway? Of
Yes, we're giving away some of
happened
Sarah's
with
books. We
sound?
should. The clock is getting away from
I
us.
know.
Okay.
Because I could talk to these humans forever.
All right, here we go.
Sorry that we just started ranting.
All right.
Don't
here
ever
is
apologize for that again.
Yeah, we don't accept your apology.
And it's not a rant.
That is not how you enter. This is how you enter, is you subscribe to these podcasts. Because there's plural.
Yes.
There's The Kate and Colby Show, which is on
And your
Spotify
favorite
and iTunes
ants.
and Podbean and Stitcher. And then there's Your Favorite Ants. Subscribe to that podcast, which I assume are on way more platforms than what I just listed off. 'Cause-
The usual.
Thanks.
All right.
And the best part is, we're also part of something called the Reverent Media Group. So if you
Oh, yes,
like
I've heard of
content
this.
like this group, it's a bunch of other podcasts that are having these conversations in different ways and at different levels of, if you want to call it deconstructions or shifting or whatever. So
Cool.
Love
I
it.
love it.
All right,
What are
Sarah,
we giving away?
Yes, tell us about your book.
I'm going to give away What's Her Story was my very first book I wrote, because I noticed that Joseph Campbell and the Joseph story from the Old Testament is the longest story that sort of talks about using Joseph Campbell, which is a narrative understanding of theology. I should also say that I studied acting, and I noticed that I could read scripture using the narrative work of Joseph Campbell. I went to Donald Miller thing that talked about it, and all of a sudden, instead of everyone else was writing their own storyline, and I spent forever writing Joseph from the Old Testament storyline, because I think it's an incredible story, and not just because I saw it with Donny Osmond, which was a great version of it. But in here,
yes.
This is a book, but it's also a journal, and it has art in it where you can fill out like, hello, my name is, and it asks all these questions that can help you define yourself and who you are. And it's kind of all these different practices to figure out what your story actually is and what your story actually isn't, because we're often telling a story that isn't actually ours.
It sounds like narrative therapy in a book. It's beautiful.
Yes.
Can
But
the
not
host
So I
therapist.
picked a winner.
Can the host enter to win?
We both said that.
I will send you one because I bought a ton. I have a ton. I did use a
All right,
publisher for this one.
Also, people are having trouble finding my favorite ants.
So you
Your
should look up
favorite
your
ants?
favorite ants. It's on. I mean, you can if you're having trouble finding it.
I
It's on
said that
Spotify, it's
wrong.
up.
They are looking for. Did I say my favorite ants? They're having
Yeah.
trouble finding your favorite ants. They are looking for it correctly.
Okay.
There's a new podcast, so if you, it just look for it. You'll find it.
They'll find
Keep
it. All
going.
right. There's
going.
nothing to know.
And if
It's
you
on
can't-
Spotify, it's on Apple.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Is it on AOL?
If you go on AOL Instant Messenger.
Yeah.
Yes.
Uh-huh. Okay.
And
What's the keyword? How do I find it?
Web crawler. If you use
Cute.
web crawler.
Netscape Navigator.
actually, it's on Ask Jeeves.
Ask Jeeves and your favorite ants. Oh, this is great. Okay.
All right. While people do that, should we
While
do
people
the
do that,
lightning
let's go
round?
to the lightning round.
All right. You both have to answer every time.
Okay. I'm nervous.
and
and
you get-
excited.
Yeah, that's correct feelings to have right now. You get to take this wherever you want to take it, so don't feel boxed in.
Uh-oh.
We are in boxes.
Button not working?
Buttons not
Gonna have to
working.
do it manually.
Oh, no.
These boxes.
I don't
They
know.
for sure use the Harry Potter font. Do you see
Weird,
that?
okay.
Anyway.
Favorite movie of all time.
Nice.
You got mail.
Oh.
Good choice.
Hands down, my favorite movie forever.
Kathleen
Okay.
Kelly.
Can I do two answers?
My mother was.
Do you want to
Yes.
twirl really quick, Kevin? Do you want to twirl?
I have a random one. Is Nick and
Twirling
Nora's.
set? He's even got a twirly chair. You're stuck in your chair. Sorry.
I know.
He's
got a
I
fun
tried
twirly
to twirl.
chair.
and I-
I assume that's from the movie.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, Tom Hanks and Meg Ryan are perfect. That's a fact.
Mm-hmm. Hashtag facts.
All right, what are your... Yes, you can pick two, Sarah.
Yes.
Well,
Don't
I
be
would
boxed
say
in.
Nick and Nora's Infinite Playlist, which is a very
Really?
random,
Okay.
tiny. I love it so much. It has my favorite line
No, but it-
in any movie ever.
Which is?
I know.
What's the
So
line?
at the end of, it's kind of at the end of the movie, so I don't want to ruin it for people, but no one's
Oh,
gonna watch
okay.
it because it's old. But there's this moment where they've been searching for this band the whole time. It's Michael, Sarah, and the girl. Anyway, they're on the escalator.
Hashtag
She
the
loves
patriarchy.
this movie, you guys. She loves it.
Cat something. It's cat something. And
Did you
they're on
say
the
hashtag
escalator
the
and-
patriarchy?
I might have.
Shut up. Anyway, they're on the escalator, and she looks at him and she says, "Are you sorry that you missed it?" And he says, "I didn't miss it. This is it." Because they've been searching for this band the whole time, and they end up leaving it and just hanging out with each other. And it is the best thing about
That's it.
being present in the
That's
moment.
it.
I
I
love it.
love it.
My favorite line. And it has a really good playlist, and for me, that makes a movie. So I love that, and then I love anything Guy Ritchie makes.
Sarah,
Surprising.
this
Bit
is
of a
called a
dude.
lightning round. I just want to say this is
I'm
called a
sorry.
lightning round.
You got the spin, and I couldn't say that.
You could twirl.
You're right. I apologize that my 10-second twirl took all that time.
Is it gonna work
I
this
don't-
time? Oh yeah, the
no.
buttons don't work tonight.
I'll just...
Okay.
I'll
Mom
do
and Dad
them
are
for you.
fighting again.
Fill in the blank.
Never.
Self-care is
Today it's smoking indica for sure.
cool. I like it.
Self-care for me is my daily practice of saying it is enough before I go to bed. Because
Oh,
I
yeah.
am a 3 on the Enneagram, so I never stop producing. So that's
Yeah.
self-care for me.
I also yoga, meditation, and taking my meds.
I thought we were doing a lightning round and we were only allowed to say one thing.
Kevin
Oh,
I think
man.
Kevin felt small after your answers. He's like, all right, I need to throw a few more things in
That
there.
is true. Yeah, because I felt like I was a little piece of shit. I'm just like, here I am talking about my drug usage, and you're over there just like, I'm just telling myself I'm enough.
Well, I also do
Which is great.
yoga.
It's great. I want people to think I'm
I
deep,
also
okay?
do yoga.
Yeah, good.
So-
Oh, I see your yoga and I raise you a yoga. I really like that mantra, Sarah. Thank you. I may steal that.
Yes.
As a fellow
Yeah,
type
you need
three.
it. Girl, you definitely need it. I know you.
Hey, out of my kitchen. You know nothing, Jon Snow. Okay. All right, next question.
Name something you're deeply grateful for right now.
This.
Aww.
Getting to be around these people. I am really, really grateful in a season of when my life is changing so much. It is really nice to be reminded that I'm connected to so many great people.
I love
So
it.
this.
I am deeply grateful for my dog Tippy that I'm trying to get to
Tippy!
come in here, but she's sleeping right now in the other room and she doesn't like to come when she's napping. It's also almost midnight here, so she's definitely passed out. But
Oh, yeah.
I love my dog so effing much. She's the greatest thing that's ever happened to me,
Thank you
except
for
my
staying up
salvation
late
in
for
Jesus
this.
Christ.
Yeah, thanks for
Yeah,
saying
except for that. Except for that.
I know where my priorities are.
Okay, weirdest fear. This gets weird every time. I never cease to be amazed by humans
People
and
are
how weird,
afraid of
utterly
strange
weird
things.
y'all are. What are you afraid of? Don't even try to make it weird because whatever you're afraid of, I guarantee is weird.
I'm not really afraid of anything, to be honest.
Well, that's weird.
Like, well, okay, actually, I do have one, but I'll let you go, Sarah.
Moths. You're afraid of moths.
I am not afraid of moths. I just think they're gross. It's different.
I used to be afraid of moths. so I
Colby's
understand.
terrified of moths.
Yeah,
My
But
weird
Sarah, what
fear
do you
is I don't like calling people on the phone that I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
Like I
Just
start to like
instant
I
sweat.
actually have a weird phobia. I have a weird phobia about calling people I don't know on the phone.
That's fair.
That's why you're getting out of the ministry. Let's just be honest. That's
Just
it.
get out of it.
That's it.
And I'm going into telemarketing because I just want to really step into the fear, you know?
Yeah. I mean, like the only fears I really can think of are just like something going wrong during sex, and that's more of just like a that's going to happen at some point rather than, so it's just like I don't need to fear it. I just need to accept that it's going to happen eventually. But you know, sex can be complicated between boys.
It's fair. But that is very different than most people's very irrational fears. Yours
Yeah.
is like,
Mine's
it's bound
very-
to happen.
Oh yeah, I don't fear anything. I try not to fear anything irrational because that feels like a waste of time to me.
Some people just
Sorry,
can't
that
help
was
it,
so
okay?
So,
So goddamn.
I
beyond
have-
us.
I'm just like so holy, you guys. What can I say?
What can we
It's above
say?
me now.
What can we say? Who's a famous person you swear you'd be besties with if only you knew each other?
That's
Oh,
an
man.
easy one.
This question is so important to people. It's hilarious how important it is to people.
Oh, I'm
me-
thinking.
It's Ryan Gosling.
Nice.
Legitimately. Because we're born in the same part of Canada. We're born like the same year. His humor, he has a really funny, like watching his friends, whatever, humor. I think he makes really interesting choices in film. Like he's someone I'd actually want to talk to. And I feel like we would actually get along.
Would you become serially monogamous with him?
Tomorrow.
Yes.
I would become serial monogamous. Like I would give up my life as sin for him, 100%.
I would change my orientation for him, says Kevin.
I
Yes,
love it.
100%. My famous person. Trixie Mattel, a drag queen.
Yeah,
who
you
lives
guys
in
would
that-
be besties.
Oh my god, I can just see the on-air chemistry now. But Trixie Mattel is just super fucking funny and ridiculous, and like every other queer dude-ish person in America, like my gay scream comes from her.
Nice.
100%.
Nice.
I feel like it would just, I was just going to say it would be the loudest room, you two hanging out. I would love it so much.
Oh my God. Like 100%. Like just two, like literally just like trash queens ragging on each other and screaming
Ragging
when
on
we get a good
everyone
burn
in the
in.
room. What are they wearing?
No, that's my thing. It's just like I love, and I don't make that face. It's more of just like your eyes are getting huge. I squint my eyes. It's different.
That's true. Yours, dude. That's true.
You're doing it wrong, Sarah. The eyes.
Yeah, if you're gonna imitate me, don't make me look like a psychopath, please.
Yeah.
It's reasonable.
What's a book you think everyone should read?
The
Doesn't
Black.
have
know
to
it.
be serious. Just that everyone.
I know
should
what
read
book
it.
you're going to say, Kevin. Can I guess what book you're going to say? A
What do you
Course
think
in
I'm gonna say?
Miracles. A
No,
Course in Miracles. No.
I mean I like A Course in Miracles. I just don't. I know it's not for everybody. Like I think everyone should try it, but I don't think it's for everybody. My suggestion is actually Sister Outsider, which is a collection of essays by Audre Lorde.
Yes, it is, and it's sitting on my coffee table.
Oh, it's so good. Uses of the erotic is one of the most interesting and profound pieces ever written. Now, granted, you have to like make sure you recognize that she is talking about like early Black lesbian feminism. So she's talking like when they use the terms like same gender loving folk, like, you know, and she's also exclusively talking about the Black lesbian experience.
Yep.
So you have to read yourself into it a little bit, but you did that with the Bible too, so you're fine.
Exactly. So good.
Sarah, what do you pick?
It's hard because I always feel like the last book I loved is always the book I think of, but I'm thinking about John O'Donohue's poetry. I love his Book of Blessings. I love his Book of Blessings, and I think right now it's the book that I want to just give everybody
Yeah.
because it's so helpful.
It's brilliant.
2 books of poetry.
And also the Bible. Everybody should read it. It's
Everybody
basic
read the
instructions
Bible.
before leaving Earth. The Bible.
The Bible.
Before leaving Earth.
Last question.
If I'm
I
leaving Earth, the basic instructions I need are how am I going to breathe, and is dehydrated food like, do you just swallow it, or is it like, do you chew
I
it?
ask
Have
Elon
space ice
Musk.
cream?
Yeah.
Yeah, ask Elon.
Okay, every week here at the Kate and Colby Show, this is our last and final question to everyone. What's sustaining your soul right now? What's keeping you going? What, without it, you would just be 6 feet under?
This is gonna sound so... No, it's not. Yoga every single day. Meditation every single day. And now, actually, I started going to lift weights again. Because I'm vaccinated now, and so I feel like very okay about going inside of a gym and working out.
Nice.
And I'm having so much fun. It's wild. I'm starting to like gain muscle weight, which is like at first was like a little weird for me, but it's like, Kevin, that's not like that number on the scale is indicative of 1,000 different things. But it's a lot of fun. So I think by the time y'all see me this summer, I'm going to be incredibly hot. Like I'm already very sexy, but like I'm gonna cause people to stumble.
I'm gonna cause people
Can't
to
wait for that.
stumble.
I love you so much.
That's really triggering. What about you, Sarah?
What if I stumble?
Were you actually told that growing up? Because
Oh, girl.
what's
Yes.
sustaining your soul right now, Sarah?
What's sustaining my soul right now is my friendships. I have incredible friends. I have Kevin, who I talk to almost every day, actually every day. My best guy friend John, who I talk to almost every other day. Just those friendships that are reminding me. Sometimes I forget who I am, and I worry. I think being a 3 on the Enneagram, I'm only as good as my last thing I did. And so as I get ready to transition out of a big thing that was great and lovely and wonderful, I'm afraid I'll cease to exist. And so I have great people in my life who remind me of who I am every day. So that's really sustaining me, those conversations. And then my dog is my, he's just the best. And I every day get to walk and hang out with him.
Sarah's dog also looks like Falcor from the Neverending Story.
Oh my word. That's amazing.
A little baby Falcor. It's a fact.
I can't stand that. I need to see.
He's so cute.
Before we let them go, should we? Who won? Sarah's book?
So Amanda Olsen.
Amanda
There we go. I was
Olsen.
gonna try to find the
Amanda,
comments,
listen,
but
you
there
have
we
this
go.
book. You have to give it away, honey.
Oh,
You
You've been
better
outed.
drag her.
You've been outed.
You've been outed. Well, I trust that she will give it to someone who really needs it.
Yeah.
A lot of times people want to give books away. All right. Anything else you want to share with us before you go? Anything?
Yeah.
we should know?
Sarah, do you want to go first? Or you want me to go first?
You go first.
Sure. My name is Kevin Garcia. You can follow me across the internet at the Kevin Garcia. My book is called Bad Theology Kills: Undoing Toxic Belief and Reclaiming Your Spiritual Authority, available at badtheologykills.com. You can become a part of my Patreon community and get into spiritual reformation and learn how to do spirituality outside of strict Christianity. That's at patreon.com/thekevingarcia. My other podcast is called A Tiny Revolution, and we talk to ordinary people living revolutionary lives. Colby's been on it twice. And it's true. Sarah did name my podcast. And I'm going on tour this summer, so I'm going to be coming to a city probably near you.
That is rad.
Can you come to my actual city and not just near me? That'd be great.
You guys are in San Diego?
That's correct.
Okay, great. I'll be there.
Yes.
Yay.
That's
I
a
actually
good
am
city to
planning on
come
coming
to.
there.
Already on the list.
I'm like,
Yeah,
it's not a bad city to visit on a tour. So
Yeah, so can't wait to do some weird spiritual shit in public with everyone. So subscribe to me and all that shit, and you'll know what comes up soon.
Awesome.
That's it. That's,
awesome.
Only those 20,000 things.
Okay, good for you.
I'm Sarah. You can find me at Heath. You can also find, across all the things. I have a YouTube channel where right now there's a lot of content from my podcast, Making Spaces, which is really fun. It's a podcast about making space, both literally and figuratively, for people. Because I noticed that when I, as a designer and as someone who redoes furniture and rebuilds things like Airstreams, I'm discovering that so much of it is about how we see the world and our theology. And so conversations with people who are really fascinating and interesting. And then also Colby was on. Kate, got to get you on. And then also follow
only if we can talk about death.
Oh, totally. I'll make space for death. So, and then the other thing is that with the YouTube channel, you're going to be able to follow along. I have a 16-year-old who is not, I don't personally, he's someone else's child, but he's editing all of my YouTube content for my Airstream because a lot of really weird things happened while I was working on it.
That's awesome.
There was a dildo that fell out of it. Not to spoil anything.
Out of the Airstream?
Out of the
How
wall.
does one fall?
Right towards my face.
It was like hidden in there.
What is?
Listen.
What is
if
life
that's
trying
a
to
sign
tell
of
you
what's
when
to
that
come in
happens?
2021.
Yeah, we went the same way with it. I'm like, what is life trying to tell you when that happens?
Oh honey, what is God trying to tell me?
Love you both. Thank you for saying yes,
Thank
for
you,
joining us.
thank
Thanks
you.
for staying up late, Kev.
Yeah, thank you so much
it's a
for that.
pleasure.
You do good work in the
it's
world.
chill.
Keep saying yes.
Yeah, we love you so much.
Love y'all. Thanks for having
Bye.
us. This was really cool.
Love y'all.
Good night. Good people. I am so glad they said yes.
I know I could talk to them for hours.
We probably could have. What do we got coming up next week?
Tim, I'm excited to talk to Tim because Tim, like, for me anyway, it felt like he came out of nowhere, and I'm like, what? Where'd you come from? So I can't wait to ask, where'd you come from?
Yeah, that's right. He's like decided I'm gonna start this Instagram account and take on the
Emily
evangelicals.
after that. And then Tina, you know my favorite.
I
human,
know.
Tina.
And then we get to meet Emily Scott, Reverend and author, and
I'm very
then
excited.
Tina Shermer Sellers, who, among many things,
Is one of my favorite humans.
is a sex therapist, and has a new book coming out on kids and helping kids have healthy sexuality. And so that is coming up on the Kate and Colby show. Thanks for being with us tonight, either live or later on the PodFam, or later watching this back on the YouTubes or the Facebook. We love you. Take care of yourself.
Good
Be
night,
well.
y'all.
Good night.